So, you have just bought Don't Starve and have no idea what the hell is going on. Well, you're in luck, because today I'll be giving you the complete beginner's guide to Don't Starve, because this video has never been made before. Timestamps in the description if you want to skip a specific part of the video. With that said, let's begin with the first thing you might see when you try and make a new world. After you're done with that, just enter the world settings and set the starting season to autumn. Trust me, you do not want to start in spring. But wait a second, what if you're playing in Don't Starve together? Well, the first step is to make your own world instead of joining others and being that one useless guy. The next step is to turn caves on and turn disease off. Once you begin, you'll be met with a few characters to choose from. The characters I've highlighted in green are good choices for beginners. For now, we will just play Wilson since he has no downsides or upsides. So now what? One of the first things you need to do is gather resources. So head to the green biome somewhere near spawn. Here you can find basic resources and food. Pick pretty much everything you can find here, except for the flowers. Why? Because they spawn butterflies. Why do you need butterflies? Short answer is for easy health. Simply walk up real close to them and hit Ctrl and F. If you find any spiders, be sure to avoid them. Like everything in this world, they are out to kill you. If one happens to be chasing after you, just walk far away from it and it will eventually give up. Unlike spiders, pigmen are your friends so long as you don't hit them. If you feed them any meat, they will become your personal bodyguard for about a day. After you have found flint, make a pickaxe so you can mine these big rocks. The big rocks contain flint and, well, rocks. And the niter, but no one really cares about that, so you can just drop it and leave it there. With the flint you got from mining the rock, craft an axe. Use the axe to chop trees because you will need a lot of wood. After a bit it will turn on, indicated by the clock in the top right. It is a warning that night is close. Craft a torch from the light tab. You don't need it right now, but it is good to have before night. Hey look, we found a wormhole. Jumping through it will lower our sanity, but it will take us to the other side, somewhere on the map. This is great because the next thing we need to do is start exploring the map. Wait a second. Oh my god, it is turning night. Whatever will we do to stop this unstoppable? Use your torch to prevent the darkness from killing you. This is a good time to get some charcoal, so you'll need to burn down some trees. Just be sure there is nothing near the trees when you set it alight, otherwise the fire can get out of hand quickly. And there we go, survived your first day already. Don't celebrate yet, there is much more to do. Now that the trees are burnt, chop them down for some charcoal, which will be useful later. Since we spent the first day gathering resources, we should start exploring the map in the next few days. It is a good idea to stay moving since you can't gather resources in places you've already been. If you're playing with another person, it is a good idea to split up. A simple reason for this is because you can't take what someone else already took. Anyway, the best way to start is to follow roads. Not only do you move faster on them, but stuff tends to generate near them, like this eye bone over here. Picking it up will make Chester follow you. Chester is basically a portable chest, which is good because we need more inventory space. I'll be honest, I was not expecting to find him this early, but you should be able to find him since he is usually found near roads. There are a few things to look after, like this swamp. You can tell because it has a purple floor. If you find any pickhouses along the way, craft a hammer and destroy them. The main reason is for some pigskin, but boards and cut stone are useful too. The pigs don't really care if you destroy their homes, probably because they are too stupid to realize it's missing. If you find yourself in a forest, keep an eye for living trees. Chopping them down will give you living logs, which will be very useful later. By this point, your hunger bar might look, well, like this. Build a campfire from the fire tab, so we can cook food on it. Now that our hunger is full, let's continue exploring using our torch. If you find a grass biome, there may be beefalos nearby. I call it the grass biome because there's lots of grass here. But back to the beefalo, the reason they are important is so you can take their manure, which will be used to fertilize plants later. Sometimes you find dead people around the map, like this guy. Hammer their skeleton for bones. Bones will be useful later. Anyway, it looks like everything in this direction is mostly explored, so let's go explore a different route. And we have found a deciduous biome. You can tell because the floor is orange here. The Big King's village will always spawn somewhere in the deciduous biome, so follow the path to find him. Here he is. Not a very good greeting, Wilson. You can give him the pigskin we got from destroying pig houses and trade it for gold. Just one is all we need, because we need 1 gold to make a science machine. Science machine allows me to craft more stuff. First things first, make a backpack from the survival tab. This will allow you to store more things. Be sure to put all your food in the backpack, as this will protect it from rain. Next, craft a shovel so you can dig all kinds of things up. And finally, craft a rope from the refine tab, which you will use to make a spear in the fighting tab. The spear will be a good way to protect yourself from monsters. Oh look, it's a gold boulder. Should have found this earlier. Getting gold as soon as possible is very important because you need a science machine. Now let's destroy this science machine since we don't need it anymore. What is this? A pile of dirt? It is actually a trail that spawns randomly in the world around you. If you find it, follow the direction the paw points you until you find the next dirt pile and repeat the process. You can turn the screen using Q and E if the dirt pile is hidden behind a tree. Once you find about 8 piles of dirt, your character will say something, which means you have found your soon-to-be food. There it is, the Koalephant. It's harmless at first and will run away from you. Simply chase it into the edge or you'll get stuck and hit him. Doing so will cause the Koalephant to fight back, however he is easy to fight. Just hit him 5 times using the F key and then dodge his attack. Do not worry if he hits you, since you can eat butterflies to heal back to full health quickly. Once he is dead, he drops a massive 8 meat and his trunk, which is just a bigger piece of meat. This hunt was definitely worth it, as the cooked Koalephant trunk alone can fill my hunger bar to full. Another biome to look out for is the rock biome, mainly because of the gold rock boulders. Mine lots of rocks from here and gather around 12 gold. Playing don't solve together, then you may find the grass geckos in this biome. Grass geckos are peaceful creatures that drop grass when you go near them. It's a pretty fast way to get grass. I mean, just look at this. Next in our journey, we find a desert. Before we continue, you must know that there are 2 deserts that spawn in the world. The Tumbleweed Desert and the Cactus Desert. However, sometimes they connect and form one giant desert. One where you can find both cactus and tumbleweed, as you can see here. Don't try to pick the cactus for obvious reasons. Pick the tumbleweeds. They usually have grass and twigs inside them, but sometimes drop weird toys like this gourd's knot. Their only purpose is to be given to the pig king for gold, which is pretty useful. You can also find bones in the desert, which you should hammer down. Okay, so at this point I've explored every direction, found all the biomes I wanted. It is time to settle down and build a base. Ideally, you want it at a place where paths intersect so you can reach your base faster. Here is a good spot I found where 3 paths connect. It is also pretty much the center of the map, which means I am close to everything. Now that we're here, the first thing we want to build is a fire pit. It is like a campfire but better in every way, because you can refuel it after the fire dies down. Next we'll make the science machine so we can craft the alchemy engine, which is just a better science machine. Now that we have the alchemy engine, we don't need you. Not necessary, but I made a chest to dump my stuff in. With the alchemy engine we can use our pigskin to create a football helmet from the fighting tab. This thing absorbs a full 80% of damage you take, which is pretty good. Next I built a drying rack from the food tab to dry my meat. After the meat dries, it will turn into jerky, which is good for your sanity and health. Next, build a crockpot from the food tab. This thing is basically your oven from now on. You can make many different recipes in here, but the best food to make is meatballs. You need 1 meat or monster meat, then 3 berries, carrots, or some basic food like that. To finish off your base, you will need a bird cage. We find those reeds from the swamp into papyrus, so you can craft a bird cage. Hang on, I forgot the seeds. Seeds are dropped from birds, which basically means you can find them lying around anywhere. Oh look, it's a turkey. Get rid of this guy, otherwise he will eat your berries. You can easily kill him by baiting him with a berry on the floor. Oh look, it's dawn. That means green mushrooms come out. You should always pick them. Cooked green mushrooms restore 15 sanity. Now we can finally craft a bird cage. But what good is a bird cage without a bird? We need to trap a bird with a bird trap. But to craft a bird trap, you need silk, which means we have to kill spiders. You remember those spiders that bothered you earlier? With this football helmet and spear, you can quickly knock out their entire nest with ease. You can get monster meat, silk, or spider glands from killing spiders. Spider glands can be used to heal you for 8 health. Now that you have killed all 3 spiders, destroy their nest for some guaranteed silk. Hang on 1 second, you hear that? That means hounds are coming. Luckily, our football helmet will make this really easy. If you're playing by yourself, then just 2 will come in the first wave. Anyways, let's head to a forest, the place where spiders usually reside in. And there they are, but wait, that is a tier 2 spider nest. That means there are more spiders in there, and a warrior spider. A warrior spider is just a much stronger spider that only comes out if you attack a spider while on the web. You'll need to get rid of the regular spiders first by luring them out and then killing them. Once you do that, the spider warrior will be easy to kill by himself. And now we can use the silk to craft a bird trap from the survival tab. Add seeds as bait for the bird and wait. Make sure nothing is near the trap, otherwise they might scare off the bird. You can feed this bird meat or cooked monster meat to get eggs. Eggs can be eaten or used in various recipes for the crockpot, including meatballs. Since we have some spider glands from the spiders, we can use it to craft a healing salve. We also need some ash, such as bird grass, in a safe area away from everything. Once the fire has done its job, you can craft a healing salve from the survival tab. This can be used to heal 20 health, which is a lot. By now you may have noticed that my food is spoiling. That is because I don't have an ice box to put it in. But I need gears to craft an ice box. How do you get gears, you ask? Well, it's simple. Just kill some clockworks. Unfortunately, I haven't found any, and so I will need to do some more exploring. After 2.5 days of walking, I have found no clockworks. Wait, never mind, they're right there. And there's 2 of them too. My spear breaks, so I back off to craft another one. I heal myself using the healing salves I crafted earlier before getting right back into the fight. Or I would if the spiders weren't doing the work for me. They actually killed him too. Now that everyone is dead, let's take the gears and head home. Now that we have acquired gears, let's make an icebox. An icebox slows food spoilage by a lot, but not completely. And now, just store all your food in it. I found another trail. Once you have a football helmet, there should be no excuse for not fighting this guy. Once again, lead him to the edge, hit him and run, then hit him 5 times and dodge till he's dead. Good news, I got a lot of meat. Bad news, black hands are trying to steal my fire. It means my sanity is getting low. You can easily scare these hands off using a torch. Not necessary, but I went to gather some cactus. This football helmet should protect me from its prickly skin. Okay, that's enough of cactus ASMR. Let's get back to base. With the cactus I can make pierogi, a food item that can restore a massive 40 health when eaten. To make it, you need 1 egg from the birdcage, 1 meat or monster meat, 1 vegetable, which would normally be a carrot, however carrots do not respawn after you pick them, which is why I used cactus instead. And then finally 1 berry or something like that. It looks like some of my food is about to spoil, so I might as well take it out since rot is actually pretty useful as fertilizer. Oh look, food's ready. Oh look, it's a full moon. That means the darkness can't hurt me today. Whatever you do, stay away from the pigs during the full moon, as they will turn into werepigs and hunt you down. Anyways, let's craft a pitchfork so we can dig up the ground and use it as fuel for the campfire. That should be enough. Let's drop this here since we don't need it. Another trail, follow it. Always follow the trails. There's the food, I mean Koalephant. Now it's time to dig some berry bushes so I can make a berry farm next to my base. After about a day, I dug up enough bushes to make the berry farm. You may have noticed that the berries look like crap. That is because they need crap, so use the manure from the beefalos to fertilize it. On second thought, craft a bucket of poop instead. It is more than 3 times efficient than just using manure by itself. I ran out of fertilizer, so I used rot for the last few bushes. This beard is starting to look ugly, let's shave it.
Perfect, this fool has no idea what is about to hit him on day 20.
What happens on day 20? That's for you to find out. Or in the next video, whenever I decide to make it. That is the end of this video. Hopefully it helped you in some way. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.